is a
That was even
notorious
more than
leader.
50 years ago. That was a
Right,
long fucking time
right.
ago.
You know what somebody described the FBI as? They're not anybody who's ever properly been checked. J. Edgar
Okay,
Hoover
here's
hired some
the
of his
then
best
here's
predecessors,
here's my question then.
and they
Here's
all
my
learned from their
question.
predecessors.
Why
Yes.
why is it that
I don't trust James Comey.
well, it
Go ahead.
wasn't James Comey during January 6th. It was Trump's own appointee, right?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so why are we saying that Trump's own
Story.
appointee was either incapable of serving him properly, or Trump was incapable of picking the right person? Like, I don't know
That's
if this
exactly
is
the
the
second
good
one, the
look.
latter, the
You
latter.
think
But you want to
so?
know
Why
what?
do we
Trump
trust him
spoke on
then?
that. Trump spoke on it. Trump spoke on it. He said that he was taking what he was considered as he was told as political people within the party that have the most experience, and he never pushed back on boom sack. He never pushed back on that idea. This time, he's come to realize how much of a failure it is to keep hiring within the same deep state Congress, deep state FBI, and to grab people from the outside who could properly check and
Yeah, but
audit
you
all
just
these.
picked Marco Rubio as the Secretary of State. Pete Hegseth is a total
I
neocon. I
know.
mean, like,
Is he a total neocon? I feel like that's an
absolutely,
extreme.
he was one of the biggest supporters of the Iraq War.
Okay. He served in it though, so I mean, it becomes like a conflict of interest. Like, how can he not support it? He literally
I
fucking fought
mean,
in those wars.
maybe, but I
I
just
mean, you know what I mean? It's not like he made the decision
and then
for everyone to go to war. He just
and then
served in it.
why? Here's one thing that I'm really confused about, right? Because we talk about the swamp, we talk about the billionaires, and so on and so forth. But then we have, and you and I have talked about this before, right? Like,
Hmm?
there's definitely a concerning conflict of interest when it comes to Elon. I think that's
I'm
a
not worried about
real
Elon.
problem.
I think the swamp isn't billionaires. I think essentially the swamp, and how most people feel about the swamp is that it's a deep state Congress who doesn't have American interests first at heart, and it seems like we have nothing but corporate interests.
Okay. Does it bother you when
Oh fuck.
Republicans like at like these, like, you saw the video of them calling Elon the right wing George Soros and him like basking in it or whatever?
Who's called him that?
It was at like some party with like Republican, big Republican donors, people, stuff like that. And the person on the mic go, "Where is the right's George Soros?" And he was like, "Me."
Hmm. I mean, yeah, dude. I don't like anyone being compared to George Soros. That guy's the worst.
Well, he seemed to appreciate the comparison.
Did he? In what
Yeah,
sense?
that when they said it, he stood up and was like, "That's me," basically.
Oh, that's funny. Was this all said in jest?
Uh, I don't think so.
I'd have to
It
see.
didn't
All
seem
right, I
like
don't know.
it.
I don't
I mean,
know.
like, it could be, but it didn't seem like it in the moment. Like, everyone was cheering it.
Nice. Right. Look, again, at this point, we're just gonna have to see what happens once the man's president, and then there'll be a lot more to talk about because I've just listened. It's like exhaustive. I've just listened to too much. Oh, did you hear? This is what's really happening. Oh, they're just gonna take care of the billionaires. Oh, they're not gonna help the American people. But it's like, dude, I
Mm-hmm.
remember living through the Trump era, and
Mm-hmm.
I did have the highest tax return ever. Gas was the lowest. There
Mm-hmm.
were constant efforts made to taking care of the American people that I don't feel like are being made today.
So, how do you feel about the fact
We
that
had a president,
the fact that
but
Trump recently came out and said, like, "I'm not going to be able to fix grocery prices."
he didn't say that though. I saw that. All he said was, it's going to be hard. That's how he talks about everything. I'm like, this is how I feel about the media. This is my point, dude.
Okay,
Is
look,
they just take everything in like an
but when he
extreme
was campaigning, he
clickbait
didn't.
title. Like they talk like and
When
like
he was
everything's clickbait.
campaigning, and let's be real, let's be fair here. When he was campaigning, he wasn't saying it that way, right? He made it seem like it would be very easy for him when he was campaigning.
Dude, no, that's not the thing. He's just saying it's gonna be very hard. Yeah, he's never not promising that he's gonna get grocery prices lower. He's just saying it's gonna be very hard. There's a lot of things that are done. I'm like, let's just see how it goes. If 4 years ago, I just looked up. Ah, fuck, damn it. I just looked up.
You
I
said
remember there was
very
a whole
hard,
issue with
not
stimulus
just
check.
hard. By the way, you said very hard.
Ooh, very hard. What was
Very
that?
hard.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Everybody wants to fixate and nitpick like tiny little
Well,
words, dude.
it's not the
Trump within
fixating
the
or the
last month,
nitpicking. Hang on
Trump
though.
in the last month has been on more, like he's been speaking to more world leaders. He's been speaking to more individuals. He's been on TV talking nonstop, multiple interviews. Or he had that one interview, which that all caused it. But like from the rallies, from everything, from talking to world leaders, more than Biden and Kamala combined. He at least
Well,
spoke on
yeah, I mean
fucking
they're in
drones.
their lame duck
And
era.
and
They're
in
not trying
that
to do shit.
they've been nothing but lame ducks.
Oh, get
And
out
the
of here.
worst
That's
part,
not true.
they have. It is true.
What do you
It is
mean?
true.
The Inflation
Dude,
Reduction
we've dealt
Act,
with
the
4 years.
infrastructure
That's
project.
nothing,
What do you?
bro.
How is that
Inflation, they call
nothing?
something because where's the inflation reduction? That's
Are you
ridiculous.
kidding me? We have
You
the
just need to
lowest,
call something a bill.
buddy. We have
That's
the
not how
lowest
people
inflation
feel. I
of
know.
the
I
entire
hear
world.
people, and this is why people just feel like the Liberal Party's so fucking out of touch. It's because you can't say we have the lowest inflation while the majority of people in the country believe they're going through the hardest times
No,
they've
but
felt
that
in
can
years.
be both of those things can be true. If all of the world is going through inflation and we have the lowest inflation, that means we have averted worse inflation. It actually could have been a lot worse. So I don't know if I think I mentioned this to you already. Back in June, the World Bank came out and said our lower inflation and our fast recovery from COVID is one of the things that staved off a much worse economic downturn across the world. They said this back in June. And our inflation now is like 2.75%? Let me look. Yeah, 2.75%.
When somebody compared the breakdown of groceries from like 2004, 2018, and then today.
Yeah.
I mean, just from buying toilet paper, like the basic amount of meat and sides you'd have for a single one or like 2-3 person dinner. I mean, it's skyrocketed, dude.
100%.
It's just skyrocketed.
I'm going to talk about two things in regards to that. Number one.
So, people said when Trump became president, he wasn't going to lower gas prices, but then he did it.
Well, again, I don't think anybody. We've talked about this. I don't think the president has really any control over gas prices.
He had to because man, we've gone over this too many times.
And I wouldn't give it to Biden. I wouldn't have given it to Biden if he had lowered gas prices either.
But he didn't. He had higher, and so it just seems like Obama has higher, Trump has lower, Biden has higher, and you guys go, the president doesn't affect it. And
Okay, but
like, get out of here.
Yeah, because it doesn't. Because
y'all haters.
Again, these are worldwide. The things that influence gas prices are worldwide things.
If Trump comes into office and by 2026 we have significantly lower gas prices again, Jordan, will you fucking bite your tongue on these words that you say? Here's
what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. If that is the case, I'm going to pull up a list of all of the different worldwide influencers on gas prices, and you're going to tell me how he influenced them, okay?
Okay.
All right. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. Inflation. First of all, you recognize we should have a little bit of inflation. I'm not saying that accounts for all of the inflationary rise that we've had. I'm not saying that. But you do recognize we need to have a little bit of inflation, correct?
Mm-hmm.
No?
No, I just say yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by that.
So we need generally the target amount of inflation is around 2%.
Yeah.
Any lower than that, and it can actually cause big economic problems. Deflation can cause big economic problems because then people save their money a lot more, and it can cause economic crashes, right? Because they're waiting for it to go down lower. So it causes all of these other effects. So we need a little bit of inflation. it seems to me like everybody forgot about the worldwide pandemic that we had that stopped supply chains across the planet for 2 years. Everybody knew inflation was coming after that. This shouldn't have been a surprise to anybody. And even with that, we still managed to have lower inflation than everybody else. The pain was going to come. It was going to happen. There was nothing we could do to avoid it. And yet, we still got out of it better than a lot of other people and a lot of other countries. So, you're right. Obviously, groceries are more expensive. I'm not trying to suggest that they're not. I'm not going to suggest that they're not. I never would, because they obviously are. But the fact of the matter is that not only are our groceries still a lot cheaper than a lot of other places, our gas is way cheaper than a lot of other places. For example, James just came in here. James, what does gas in Australia cost right now?
If you're going to go with the 98 fuel, it's about $2.20 a litre. There's about 4.5 litres to a gallon.
So that's like eight. So it's almost $9 a gallon.
That's Australian. Then if you want to convert that to American dollars, it's probably, what are we, about 62 cents in the dollar?
62 cents on the dollar.
A little bit.
So like five to somewhere between $5 and $6 a gallon.
Correct.
And is that high price for us? Is that like where you are? Is that a high area of Australian gas prices or a low area of Australian gas prices?
We're about the median average where we are.
About the median
But you have to remember, at this time of year, a lot of the gas stations just pump the price because they know, being Australia, fucking huge. Yeah. So if you're going to fill up your car, they're going to absolutely rake the cash out of you. So this time of year, they jack the price. Normally, it's around about $2 a litre. Now it's at $2.20. So,
okay.
You know.
So, Daniel, right there, there's Australia, who's having one of the best recoveries economically from COVID as well.
What's their comparative to our dollar again?
It's about 62 cents. So it's about five-ish, a little bit more than $5-ish a gallon.
So you're telling me, yeah, in islands over here, how much oil does Australia produce?
None.
None, right?
Thing. Yep.
So you're telling me an island that produces absolutely zero oil has the same gas price as fucking California? That sounds absurd to me.
That's not the same gas price. No, hang on. Our gas prices aren't that high. Yeah, it's like $1 less. Yeah, it's like $1 less.
It used to be over. I mean,
at the worst points, yeah, it was really high.
At the worst points, it was $5.50.
Yeah, at the worst points, but it was going to be higher for there as well. If you go to like Europe, gas prices are even worse. And so like I feel like a lot of Americans, we are 100% focused on our own economic situation, which is fair. I understand that perspective, right? Because why are you going to give a shit about what everybody else is doing around the world? You're going to care about what's in your own pocket, and I understand that. But if we back out and we look at the economic situation around the world, the United States has had one of the best economic recoveries from COVID. And yeah, we're spending more on groceries, and I understand. And incumbent parties across the world are getting punished for inflation. Because, like, my understanding is Australia is about to change its party, like its ruling party as well, if I'm correct, James, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, quite a few people are disappointed about that. But like in country after country
Australia
after country,
was full fascist during COVID, man. They were crazy.
But in country after country after country after country, we are seeing incumbent parties lose. And the reason they are losing, it doesn't matter if they're left or right, they're losing everywhere. And the reason they're all losing is because everybody just went through a huge economic downturn after COVID. We're lucky it didn't become a full-on recession, or worse, a full-on depression. And one of the big reasons, like the World Bank said, one of the big reasons it didn't become a full-on world recession or worldwide depression is on the back of the American economic recovery. And so I'm not trying to deny that groceries are more expensive, because that would be fucking retarded, right? What I am trying to do is put it into a view of context with the economies of the whole world for us to understand, you know, yes, we're having difficulties, but we had a recovery that was spurred by these bills, and it could have been way, 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 way worse. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Not that everything's great, not that everything's hunky-dory, but that it could have been a lot worse, and the reason why it's a lot worse is because of the Inflation Reduction Act, mainly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, something to think about. Look at the numbers, you know, on your
I
own
can't
time.
wait to bring in Trump, bro, and we can fucking put that immigrant that lit that lady on fire. We could, you know, put him on the electric chair, and start taking care of the people in, you know, hurricane situations, fires. You know, having a president who at least addresses it.
That's fine. I
really there's
don't
a-
personally. I don't really like the idea of a two-tier justice system. I thought you guys would probably agree with that. I think he should be tried under the same laws as everybody else, and if that means the death penalty for his crime, then that's the death penalty. I don't know if we should have a second set of rules for immigrants.
What? Oh no, it's you know, that's an interesting point. I like that. But you know, it does set a tone no matter how you look at it.
Maybe. I think
Yeah?
people who are going to commit crimes are still going to commit crimes. The death penalty doesn't seem to
Well,
stop
the
people
problem is
from committing crimes
re-releasing
in
them.
general.
Well, that's what we deport them, bro, and then they get back in here because of our
And I
deportation period.
support the death penalty, by the way. But
Yeah,
I
but think about that. Why are we allowing, like, if somebody murdered, like an immigrant murders a woman here in America, why the fuck would we deport them? Like, what's the punishment that we do for them? Because I don't think we're keeping them in our prison systems. People that
Yeah.
are committing like crazy crimes.
what do you think?
I don't know.
Should
At
we
that point,
deport them,
I-
or should we pay for their
death penalty.
incarceration?
Death penalty. Just death penalty. They
Wh-
can't
well,
kill somebody
what-
in America.
Just
If it's
straight
a violent,
away.
malicious crime, yeah, like, you know, expedite it actually. Like, make it really fast so people get the message.
Mm. Yeah,
America
I don't
should
know,
be
man.
accepting-
That's a little scary to me. Because
scary at
I
all.
could see
What's
people
scary to me is seeing an overwhelm. Did you see what happened in the Aurora, Colorado apartments?
Do you
Dude,
think?
they
Wait, hang
told
on.
everybody.
Should they have a right to like a jury trial?
Who?
An illegal
No, not
immigrant who
really.
killed somebody. Okay, so yeah,
No,
I'm,
not if
there's
the evidence is overwhelming. Not if the,
yeah,
if
there's
the evidence is
definitely no
overwhelming-
way I could agree with that.
The evidence is as overwhelming as it is. I mean, they could have a very expedited trial that says, okay, you know, goes over all the evidence and then goes, all right, yep, death penalty.
Yeah,
That's- of
man,
course,
that
of course we do
sounds like that's way too
See
extreme.
little
for
woman
anybody.
on fire, bro. That's
I get
extreme.
it,
Little
I
woman
get
on
it,
fire,
and I
then
get
you
it,
watch.
but like these are
Yeah.
principles that our country was founded upon. These are important
No,
things.
dude, we've been hanging people in the public square forever, and
Yeah,
if
but
it's on
every
video,
single
if you have
one of those
absolute
people-
evidential proof-
Every single
Dude, that's crazy.
one
Our
of those
country was not
people.
founded on fucking illegals killing our people and us not. getting
No, our
fucking,
country was founded on the
technology.
principles of a fair trial. We can't just
Yeah, that's-
take away the rights that we hold so dear because we
Bro,
have problems with
What
people.
is fair trial? What are we gonna say, that this man is mentally insane, that he should be excused from the death penalty? Like, what would your defense be? What kind of fair trial?
That's not
like,
my
needs to
job.
be
That's a
done?
defense lawyer's job.
Dude, I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous thing. Those fair trials that you think existed back in the day.
What if
We knew somebody
Okay,
raped
so
and
what
murdered a
if-
little
what
girl
if
in
people-
the 1800s.
what
So let's
happens
hang this
then?
motherfucker.
What happens then if some illegal immigrant gets set up or framed by somebody else?
Well, dude, that's not absolute verified evidence. There's
Well, how do you
unarguable
know?
verifiable evidence.
People get innocently executed. Not all the time, but it happens frequently enough that I could see something like that happening. Like how unless we have like due process, we could end up in a situation where you have like McCarthyism like on steroids, but for immigrants, and they're just going after people, you know,
We
on
shouldn't
little
have let
bits of
10 million
evidence.
immigrants into the country, dude. We let more immigrants in than Trump and
That's
Obama
not
combined.
related.
last
Look,
few
that's
years.
an entirely
Look,
different
it
point.
is
Kyle.
related because the crime that's skyrocketing and the things that aren't making sense to an average American. Like, how could we live in a country that allows this kind of behavior without any kind of reaction? At some point, you get a bunch of angry Americans that go, you know, man, like, how the fuck did MS-13, a gang, take over Aurora, Colorado apartment complexes? Then the people came out and said, hey, there's a real issue here, while the mayor and governor gaslit everybody. So then when the police finally raided it, a month later, there was 14 bodies tied up. Several
Look,
people were stabbed.
I'm
Why are we
I'm
doing
always
nothing?
going to agree with
No, dude,
cracking down
you're
on
right.
crime of any kind, 100%. You're never going to hear me disagree with that. What you're not going to get me to agree with is expedited fucking death squads like that. Come on, like there's no way, bro. We have
The guy
we
that
have to
killed
follow
Lincoln
due
Riley,
process.
the
Still,
very- you
right
listen-
to a
you
trial.
listen to that.
Right to a trial. Even the fucking Nazis had trials, bro. Come on.
Not when it was war, and at this point, there's a lot of fucking violent shit going on.
Hey, if a
Look,
full
it'll be a
war
trial.
breaks,
It'll be
if a
trial.
gang, if a
My
war
point- my
breaks
point is
out
it'll be a trial.
between illegal immigrant gang members and the United States,
already have.
then yeah, they will die in that sense. And sometimes they do die in shootouts with the cops and shit like that happens. But if they are arrested and put into jail, I mean,
let's put 'em
again,
to trial, but they don't get. Here's the problem with that. I mean, does Guantanamo Bay not exist? You know what I mean?
yeah, and Guantanamo Bay is
nobody's out there
fucked, bro. We shouldn't be doing that.
We're gonna
Like-
make Guantanamo Bay 2.0, dude, and it's gonna
No.
be nothing but we ship people there just to die,
Look,
and then we drop their bodies off.
you
into the
remember?
sharks.
You remember what Ben? What was it? What Ben Franklin said? Hang on. Well, let me get the actual quote. It is better that 100 guilty persons should escape than that one innocent person should suffer. Ben
That's
Franklin.
retarded.
That's not retarded. That's why justice is important. We shouldn't be imprisoning. If we
And I love Ben Franklin. but
we lower the standards,
I could argue that quote forever.
I mean, we can argue that, but if we lower the standards on how we try people, it is
Dude, we've already lowered the standards on how we prosecute people, and now it's left people feeling hurt and damaged because
Okay,
by the
well.
thousands on thousands.
Are you
I
talking
mean,
about
seriously, that's a
January
huge
6
issue.
people?
No, man, look at how many people have been re-entered into this country and have been flown through Biden's programs. He flew that fucking guy that killed Laken Riley. He committed a crime in one state, and then through a program of immigration protection, he got flown on tax dollars to Georgia, stayed at an apartment complex that was paid, and then he brutally kidnapped, beat to death, and raped to death a fucking nurse.
Did he have
And-
a history? Did he have like a history, criminal
Yeah,
history?
he already had a criminal history in this country, and he was already an illegal immigrant. It's fucking insanity,
Okay.
dude. So yes,
That
we
is
have
kind of weird.
completely
I need to look
lowered the
more. I
standard.
do need to look
Please
more
do.
into that.
Please look more,
into
not
that.
into the Laken Riley case, but all the cases.
Sure,
Even the
sure.
guy, the Ecuadorian that just lit
But
that
I'm
woman
gonna
on
tell
fire.
you right now, it doesn't matter like how many cases I look into. I am always going to say everybody has a right to a fair trial, no matter what. There's no way you're gonna
But
change my mind
That's
on
an
that.
That's an American citizen right.
I think
You know,
those.
when you
I
that's
think,
that's where the funny line's drawn.
yeah, but I
because,
don't think
these
think
people
not
aren't
being an
American citizens.
American
They're
citizen.
infiltrators and they're terrorists.
Yeah,
And
but
we treat terrorists different. So
no, I don't agree. But I don't agree with that. I don't think we should be. Like, I don't agree with what happened in Guantanamo Bay. I think people in Guantanamo Bay, at least a good bunch of them, probably should have gotten the death penalty. But I believe that they should have gotten it through a fair trial.
Harold and Kumar. Yeah.
Harold and fucking Kumar, bro. You know, my
But-
mom's been there
yeah.
too.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you're so deep into this
Yeah.
defending these COINTELPRO 3-letter agencies.
Oh, calm the fuck down.
Why you love it so much?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do know a lot of people who work in them, right? And that does give you a different perspective. You see it from a very real, personal perspective. You see the people, like, who put their lives into it, who really do want to do the right thing, who work hard to represent the things that we care about in this country, to be that example of American exceptionalism. And so when I see those people, when I know those people, yeah, it helps me have more faith in agencies like that, for sure. And I think if you did, you probably would too. But, like, you know, a lot of Americans don't really get that sort of contact with those types of people. And so, like, I can understand that distrust when it seems like very impersonable. It seems like a big shadowy organization, which all we hear about are the terrible things that we've done. And we never hear about the real Americans who, you know, give their entire lives to serving their country.
No, I mean, dude, I'm all in support of that. What I want to do is call out the evil things we've done and stop giving ourselves this reputation.
I mean, and you're not going to get any disagreements with me on that. If somebody's being a fucking terrible ass prick, right? Hold them to account. They're being a terrible ass prick. Like, I don't excuse the people that have done bad things, right? And you know that. I'm not going to do that.
When crime
right?
increases, like the way it has been with the massive amount of illegals and all the programmings, you know, a lot of fucking, I'm not sure if you talked to,
well,
like,
we're probably
or,
going to
like,
disagree on that because you know what the crime stats say. I know you know what the crime stats say.
It's like so out of touch, dude. The reason why those crime stats are lower is because people have been given the allowance to not report the crime. And that's
Wait,
like
so
an argument that's been
hang on. Let's back out a little bit.
ultimately people
Let's
feel
back.
like there's
Hang on.
higher
Let's.
crime on the subway. It's just like how the governor.
Well,
was
yeah,
just on
because
the
there
subway
have been
doing
people on the news
saying
who've been
crime has
telling
been
him
lowered.
telling them over and
Crime
over
is
again that
lowered
crime
now.
isn't lowered, but that's not the same as looking at statistics. I want to sort of zoom out here for a second. Would you agree at least that crime is lower than it was in, say, like the 80s, for example?
Yeah, depending on the city and state, because what an interesting part is when one industry like maybe Detroit could have thrived in the 80s compared to what it's doing now.
Perhaps,
You know?
but I think generally
Same with
because
areas like St. Louis. Now, when
I
you
would
want to
say
something, I mean, is it safer in Chicago since the 70s, 80s? No, like the crime is almost the exact same, not a little more now. Is it safer here in LA than it is the 70s, 80s? Then yes. You know, so really that's region to region.
so violent crime is declining after a surge during the pandemic, right? So violent crime is going down.
Probably
Other types of crime.
Rallies.
So there is a little bit of crime in like property crime. So property crime fell, but it's still above pre-pandemic levels. Violent crime has been going down pretty steadily since the 90s. And that's just across the board, right? So this isn't something where it's like
gone up, dude. You know what has gone up?
What?
Gone up, and then whether the stats match at all, it doesn't matter because public perception is massive. And what has gone up is the amount of immigrants killing people in our country.
Okay, let's look
And
at
then
immigrant crime. Illegal immigrant crime stats.
Nice, got it.
And you do know that the offending rate of illegal immigrants is lower than citizens, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Why-
Aside from obviously the law of being an illegal immigrant, because then we would say is 100%, right? Because most illegal immigrants are just people who want to come here for a better life, and so what they're going to try to do is stay as under the radar as
When you see
possible.
them damn videos, bro, and it's like fucking 1,000 men from the ages of 20 to 40, and you're like, where are the women and children? when you see those videos of the mass crossings into our border and shit, you just go, "Oh, what's going on here?"
I mean, I don't know about
Like, that doesn't look like women and children that need
I
help.
tend not to like to watch videos like that because they definitely are often made to like show a certain story. But one thing that I know is probably common is that men will go first because they're stronger, more resilient, and can do things. And then once they establish themselves and, you know, get some sort of job and are making money, their families may follow them after that, or they may be sending money back to their families in whatever country they came from. So that's why we may see a lot more men than women and children.
I heard Venezuela was just emptying all its prisons and then sending them through the trail to get it to the Mexican border to get into our country.
I'm gonna look at that in a second, but I want to look at these immigrant crime stats. So overall offending rates by citizenship documentation status, and this is from 2012 to 2018. Okay. So we'll just go with the latest year here. In 2018, U.S. born citizens are rates per 100,000. Okay. So it looks like about 1,100 per 100,000, right? So 1,100 per 100,000 citizens. For documented immigrants, it was 800 per 100,000. And for documented immigrants, it's just about above 400 per 100,000. So by far, the highest offending rate by citizenship documentation status is U.S. born citizens. I'm going to send you this. I'm going to send you this link so you can take a look at it yourself. And the pattern kind of matches. The pattern pretty much matches when it comes to violent crime as well. So I think that's really important to keep in mind. That there's a lot of discussion about immigrant crime, right? But
dude, they took over a whole fucking section in Aurora apartment, like two.
Yeah, and freaking
they've opened up red light districts
and Black Lives Matter people took over like a whole portion of a city.
I know.
Yeah. I'm saying like U.S. citizens commit a lot more crime.
Matter people are, oh my God, no, dude. At least they're American citizens. I mean, it's crazy when immigrants violently take over.
I agree. Like, if you're coming here, you should probably keep your head down if you're an illegal immigrant for your own good, right? But then, like, it's less than half the amount that U.S. citizens do per 100,000. So it's remarkably lower as a rate. So then news organizations who know that this upsets people, which of course any crime should, any murder should, right? They're rightly upset. They play it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and they make it into this big, huge problem, which of course any crime is a problem, but to consider this like a hugely growing problem that's out of control that we can't handle, the data does not seem to support that. Now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to do anything about it, right? Obviously, crime from anybody is really, really bad, and crime from people who are not citizens is probably pretty bad as well. It's not something we want to allow in here, but I think that, the idea of like going to these crazy lengths to like extra punish illegal immigrants for the same crimes that other Americans commit, I don't agree with that. I don't think we should be doing that. I think we could, if it makes people feel better, I'm okay with putting more money into like, tracking down illegal immigrants who have committed crimes. I guess like I'm okay with that. If that's something that makes people feel better, we need to do that. That's fine. But doing a two-tier justice system, I just can't bring myself to be okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. We'll see what
A
happens.
lot of people are.
I don't think that'll happen. I think that would be very, very difficult to actually make happen.
We'll see.
Yeah. We will. We will indeed. Anyway, that was a good chat, though. That was a good discussion.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
We
gotta
got-
kill all these illegal criminals. Fucking straight to the chair, bro.
Oh my god, dude. That makes me think of that. You remember Fred Armisen in Parks and Rec as the Venezuelan dude?
Oh yeah.
When he was like, "Oh,
Yes.
you bring me
Yeah,
tap
straight to
water,
jail.
straight to the chair."
Straight to jail.
Right. Straight to jail,
Yeah,
yeah.
straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to He's like, what do you say? He's like, if your suit is untucked, straight to jail.
Yeah. Oh man. So James, were you listening to that conversation? Do you have any thoughts that you wanted to add, good buddy?
No, nothing needed to add. I am curious, though. You raised earlier that you are pro-death penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so I watched a lot of true crime, and that basically made me pro death penalty. It's kind of dumb,
Dude.
but I
Nah,
read
man.
too many stories of like,
Emotions?
pardon?
Emotions? Would that be your reasoning?
I think so. I think I just like some of the people. It has to be pretty extreme for me to be okay with it. But like, you know, like I hear about somebody who like rapes and kills a bunch of kids, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that guy should be around. Like I generally will lean towards the side of trying to rehabilitate, but I think in some of these cases where it's really, really extreme, I don't know how much we get out of trying to rehabilitate. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
better to nip the bed.
Psychopath, bro.
Yeah. What are your
Brutal,
thoughts,
violent
James?
psychopaths should be put down like rabid dogs. They should be
James,
tortured
what,
first.
I'm not pro-death penalty. I think capital punishment is barbaric.
okay.
I
Ah,
can
man.
support that. Again, what we're talking about here is opinions, right? We're
Of
not talking
course.
about facts of the universe. These are
Of
all
course.
opinions. My opinion is that it's barbaric.
And just
And
to
I
be
think I can
clear,
support that.
and just to be clear, since the last time like we've really gotten into stuff, my opinion has changed. Like I used to be anti-death penalty. I think the last time we were really getting into conversations. And just like, you know, like some of these guys like you know, like John Wayne Gacy, like I'm not too upset about him getting
Yeah.
the death penalty.
Ultimately, the reason people are pro death penalty is especially when it's personal. You know, it's the idea that somebody gets to just read some comic books and have a good laugh when they brutally tortured and murdered and ate or did just wild, like hot, like prisoner level torture for fucking months on end to your young daughter. You're like, that person needs to just fucking die. Why does he get to laugh? Why does he get to have a fucking meal? Like any of that shit would just blow your minds.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
concept of
yeah.
those
To
people living.
round it up, yes, it's emotional, and like I'm willing
Yeah.
to admit that.
Yeah, I don't think it's barbaric. I think the people who usually are, you know, sentenced to death penalty were so barbaric we don't believe they deserve to even live in our criminal system.
the one sort of thing that does give me pause is, of course, you know, the potential for, and I
For
mentioned
false-
this
false
earlier.
crime, yeah,
for-
false accusation, and that's
yeah,
a very
for
reasonable one because
false,
it used to
yeah,
happen to black people all the time, and so I
It
get, I
did.
get the,
yeah.
I get that argument. But if there's,
Hang on, I
undeniable,
want to
like,
I want to give James a second
then-
to respond to what we were saying.
all right,
No, it's fine. Again, we're just voicing opinions.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. And wait, Australia doesn't have the death penalty, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah,
We're like
So-
most Western nations who abolished capital punishment.
yeah.
There's a few outliers, United States being one. Japan
course.
is still there for the death penalty. Of course, places in the Middle East, Indonesia, China. Those
might
places
be-
exist. And I think the majority of these places that still have capital punishment, we as a society, and maybe I'm talking about Western society, we as a society look at that and say, that seems barbaric.
Okay.
And it only seems to be not barbaric when it's the United States.
Well,
and I'm curious as to why.
I
Is it
don't-
because of the reasons we put people to death? Should state-sanctioned executions or state-sanctioned murder, just to really put the emotive into it, but yeah, should
Yeah.
state-sanctioned executions be looked at as barbaric? I mean, where do you draw the line? Is it because, as you said, they did some really, really horrific things, therefore they don't get to live anymore?
Yeah.
Which means we're still down to just it being emotions, right?
Yeah. Well, I did
Uh,
admit it was emotional, did I not?
And I'm just making sure we're all on the same page, that anybody who says they are for or they're against, it's an emotional response.
Yes.
I think
I
from
think it's
my-
commonsensical. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds emotional, but sometimes, do you want to have you put down a rabid animal also through mercy? Like, does a violent psychopath should he exist among people in the prison system that
We
is
put
inevitably going
animals
to lead
down for the
to
benefit of them. You're
No, we
talking
put
about putting
animals
people
down
down for
for
the
the
benefit
better-
of others.
No, we put rabid animals, bro. We put animals down so they don't infect others. That's a huge reason why, so that infection doesn't spread. That's exactly how I feel about putting a violent psychopathic criminal who sometimes they go fucking trans and then they go into a female prison through insane loopholes. But aside from that,
Jesus
just
Christ.
men.
You had to throw the trans thing in there, didn't you? Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
But yeah, no, there's even putting them in there with other men who might have lower sentences and now got a fucking room or board with a complete schizo. Like, that sucks, dude. What if that person doesn't deserve to be a victim of that violent psychopath?
Well, to
That's the
be
thing, is you're
fair,
creating-
to be fair, most of the time, if you're somebody who's like death penalty, you're probably in your own cell. You're not sharing a cell. A lot of those people are in like either single cells or like solitary because they're fucking psychos.
Right. And then what happens? Is it just, happiness for all their days? They get to live in their cell after the most heinous crimes committed against humanity.
Yeah,
That's insane to me. It truly
James,
is.
I do think it
doesn't-
is a.
and
you know,
we pay tax dollars.
I
towards
want to
that.
know your sort of moral position on this, right? Like, if we think about, like, is there a moral reason to end a life of someone who's ended many lives in sort of a brutal
I think-
fashion?
Don't get me wrong. I'm on China approach of it. I think we start cutting hands off.
Oh, shut the
for
fuck up. James, yeah, I want to hear the moral thoughts about it.
Every time we're talking about capital punishment, it seems to be purely retributive.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean,
don't
it
see it as
is.
being. It's not fixing things, is it? Like,
Certainly
Well,
not.
how's
it's
keeping
not
them
like
around?
because, hang on. It's not like because America has capital punishment in some states that those states don't get murderers, for instance, or
No, that's true.
violent rapists. It's not a deterrent. So if it's not deterring, what is it doing?
Well,
I think it is a deterrent. That's the problem.
I don't think. Well, no, I think he's right. I don't think it is much of a deterrent because if it was a really good deterrent, you wouldn't see those kinds of crimes being committed as often as they are.
You see the same kind of crimes at the
But-
same pro rata in Texas as you would in New York. It would be identical almost, right? It's not preventative. It's not stopping people from being violent. It's not stopping them from being rapists. It's not doing anything. It's just that if they get caught, well, shit, now I've got to die. That's the end of it. And it just seems to be purely retributive. You're not solving anything. You're not fixing something. You're going, I don't like him in Saudi. He can fuck off. Take him out of the picture. What have you solved? What have you done?
So what do we? I mean, like, what do we do then with these people? Do we just incarcerate them forever?
Yes.
Is that I mean, one
Seems like a
could
waste of
say, one could make the argument. We're going to get really into the weeds here. So get ready, Daniel, get ready for some serious moral discussion here. One could say that that's more torturous than death.
Is life not preferable to death?
It depends on the quality of that life.
Okay, so if somebody has a really poor quality of life, they should end it.
I mean, you
That's what
believe in
Canada does.
euthanasia, right?
That's what Canada's already doing.
You're okay with somebody going, I have a poor quality of life, I need to kill myself. So I'm going to end it all now. And you're going to go, yep, sounds good to me. See you later.
Hang on. I mean,
That's what they do in Canada.
I'm using euthanasia as an example, right? Let's say somebody's terminally ill, for example, and they have a really terrible quality of life, and they'd rather die early than deal with that. Like, you support that level of euthanasia, correct?
I believe that when your life is in pain or is going to end shortly in pain, like cancer patients and that sort of thing,
Sure.
you should be able to, like, you got, so the doctor says you've got 12 months left of life and that's it.
Yeah.
You've got cancer in all the bad places, 12 months. You go, right, for the next 6 months, I'm going to live it good. But when it starts to get poor, I'm stepping out because I don't want the pain.
So we agree
I
on
see
that.
no problem with. I don't agree, however, with somebody who goes, I don't like life. I fucking hate living. I disagree with that.
Okay, that's fair. And I probably am more inclined to agree with you on that if it's somebody living out in the free world, right? But let's say, like, they've done studies on what solitary confinement does to a person, right? And it's practically torture. And for some of these guys, that's what their sentence is going to be, is a lifetime in solitary confinement. I think there is a way to make an argument that that is more cruel and unusual punishment than the death penalty.
There's an argument.
There's an argument to be made. Whether I agree with that argument or not, I don't know. But I'm bringing it up to sort of spark the discussion and let us explore this a little bit. What do you think, James?
Care.
I
The only way we shouldn't do the death penalty is if they have to live a long life of torture.
Okay, I think we get your position on this, Daniel. But James, I want to hear what you think about that.
Okay. You could say that it's more torturous, maybe. Depends on the prison. Here in Australia, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Maybe more so in the United States or things like that.
Yeah.
But for me, I think life is good. I think life is important. I place preference on life over death where you can. And I think
you're a reasonable person. You're probably not murdering.
I'm being reasonable. No, you can be reasonable and say this is wrong, therefore you need to be punished, right? Because again, we're still talking about retribution.
Sure.
That's what capital punishment is. That's what imprisonment is. We're talking about retribution.
Any punishment is.
Right? Yeah. Now, if somebody's done something horrible, just really bad, right? And like here in Australia, we was it 30 years ago or something like that, we had one of the largest mass shootings in history for a long time, the Port Arthur killings. 27 people were shot dead.
Yeah.
They caught the guy who did it. He's currently in solitary confinement for the rest of his life. He gets 1 hour out of his cage every day. And everybody in Australia is absolutely fine with that because he killed women, men, and children. That is society's retribution. It's not killing him, which is another retribution, because most Australians are against capital punishment anyway, and they think, right, he's in jail, he's suffering for it, that's where he needs to be, and he'll be there for the rest of his life. He will die in prison. And everybody seems to be pretty keen on that, and no one argues against it whatsoever.
I think after, like, we've been talking about this, I still am okay with it. Like, I don't have that. I don't think I have a problem with capital punishment for really, really terrible crimes. But if it were outlawed, I don't think I would be up in arms about it either.
It is kind of amusing to me as an atheist is that more often than not in places like America, in the states that have capital punishment, the majority of people who do support it are theists. They're Christians.
Well, aren't I just a trend bucker?
Aren't you though? Actually, it's more often than not atheists anti-death penalty or anti-capital punishment.
Yeah, it's
More
true. I
often
mean,
than-
and
I'm
like
not saying
I was
there aren't
before.
any atheists. But I'm saying more often than not,
Yeah.
more liberal in their approach towards punishment
Sure.
of wrongdoers.
And again, like I think I am in most cases, right? I'm going to err against it, right? If I feel like there's a hint of like possible rehabilitation or like a hint of maybe a little bit of doubt, I would say let's err on the side of caution and not do it. But I think if it's like it's clear as day, like you like were caught with like the dead child that you just did something, you know, I probably shouldn't say on stream to, right?
Yeah,
Like
we get it.
I'm
It's a
more
horrible-
okay with it in that case. But I still like, I mean, you've made decent points is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if it moves me totally on the topic, but
I'm
it's
not trying
certainly
to move anybody. I'm trying to give the apologetics for why I have this opinion.
sure, as am I, right? But I
Yeah.
do think you've helped me reconsider where I was coming from prior as well. And so, like I said, I think if it were outlawed, I wouldn't necessarily be up in arms about it. I wouldn't be too upset about it. But I'm okay with it while it's here, I guess.
And fair enough. Look,
Yeah.
you know, to each their own.
Yeah. I do think, you know, as we advance as a species, eventually I would like to see it, you know, done away with. But I guess for right now, I'm not quite there yet, if that makes sense.
Then I have to get back to work. I'm knuckle deep in code at the moment.
Oh, buddy,
I'll
good to
leave
talk
you
to
with
you
it.
as always. This was a good little chat that we had. We're gonna have some good. I can already tell we're gonna have some great philosophy chats on stream coming up.
Yeah, just forewarn me about an hour beforehand so I can get stoned and then we're away.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. You take care.
Okay, guys, take care. Bye.
All right, bye.
Take care, buddy.
Hey, Alex.
What up?
How's it going?
What's up?
We were just talking about the death penalty.
Oh no.
Yeah, you missed it.
Damn it. 45 seconds too late.
Yeah, you literally were like just a few seconds too late.
Is that guy British?
Australian.
Ooh, even better.
No. He's a good dude. I've been talking to him on Discord for a really long time.
Discord.
Discord.
Discord. What up, what up? Daniel's here again.
Yep.
213 7340.
He just said your numbers, Daniel.
Yo, yo. I'm in an intense Rocket League match right now. I'm gonna
Oh,
take
shit.
a
I
quick
wanna-
minute break.
You should learn me that, bruh.
Learn him that,
Ah.
bro.
Learn me that, bruh. And then I might actually listen to your opinions.
What are you up to?
I'm
Alex?
always listening. I just smoked a bong with the wifey.
Nice.
Yeah, had some Christmas light shit with the family. My conservative brother-in-law. He's like a good conservative, if you know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, that's Daniel.
Yeah, I know. Like I love Daniel. You love Daniel. We all love Daniel.
Of course we do. Daniel's good people.
Daniel is good people. He's gonna be like in that first wave coming into the Diamond Dogs when I
Yeah.
launch that. I don't want to like infringe. I gotta figure out some copyright shit if like Ted Lasso has that on or Apple TV has it on. Like, I don't want to infringe on that shit.
That's
but,
probably
you know,
smart, bro. That's probably
We'll call it like Dumbledore's Diamonds or something. Shit, Dumbledore's. I don't know.
Dumbledore's Army. Is that where you were going with that?
So I used to, I told you I used to be involved with this apparel company, right? Well, the initials were DA, So there was a, but
oops.
but it was kind of like the anarchy symbol, bro. Like,
If someone tried to trademark the anarchy symbol, that'd be like the most hypocritical shit.
I know. Yeah, I mean, actually, people would get the our specific, like, DA branding. They would get it tattooed on them, and we gave them like a gift card.
I mean, anarchists can be kind of goofy though.
Yeah. Oh no, we scared him away. Back up.
He wasn't talking much the entire time, so
Dang it, Shrimp.
that's Mo.
So yeah, what was the consensus? on the death
Um,
penalty?
so Daniel and I are both in favor of the death penalty. For like, I am for like really the most fucked up people, but also like after talking with James, who's against it, I was kind of like, if they outlawed it though, I guess I wouldn't be too upset.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're like, kill the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are some people who are, like, so fucking horrible that
the
it's
heinous of the heinous. Yeah.
yeah, that I'm like, okay, like, if you're gonna execute them, I guess I'm okay with that. But, like, as we move forward as a species, eventually, I'd like to think that's something we'll put behind us.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I
Figure it out.
oh, 16-year-old humor, yay.
Yay, so funny.
What
So
the fuck?
funny.
Which domain has expired? No, I'm fucking trying to like just squat on that shit. Like,
you gotta pay money.
fucking change of credit card bullshit.
Alright, let's see. I need to build a dough.
What are you playing?
No Man's Sky.
I'm not actually watching your
Watch
stream.
my stream. Give me the views. What's wrong with you?
How do I get there? Where do I go?
Kick.com/JordanWorld. What do you mean? You don't have it bookmarked?
You don't have it bookmarked. Oh, look
You
at
gotta
that! I
turn
start
on the
spelling-
notifications
start-
so you get a
I
notification whenever I'm streaming.
I start. What's it called? You fucked up my. Oh, I start typing your name, Jordan, and it pops up.
I'm not gonna be triggered
Why would you be triggered?
when you call me Jordan.
Well, I told you, Jordan has your name now.
That's bullshit. That's appropriation.
Jordan Ball has your name.
This is appropriation. My birthday is the day after tomorrow. It's not allowed.
I'm pretty sure you're younger than you for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got it first, so he can fuck off. You suck my dick.
All right, I can agree with that. That's pretty logical. Hey,
Thank
Jordan. Jordan, suck his dick.
Actually,
It's like
that'd
Jordan,
be awkward.
It's like
That'd
Jordan's
be
actually here.
really awkward too. It's like someone with my name. Like I could never date anybody who has my name.
Jordan, huh?
Yeah, I can't do that because they'll be like, "Say my name." I'll be like, "No, I don't want to."
Fuck me,
That's
Jordan.
weird.
God damn it. I had one of my high school girlfriends, actually, like the high school sweetheart, right? She her name was Casey, and we were like, yeah, if we had kids, like we have a boy and a girl, and you like name them opposite names, like because they're two unisex names. So the boy's named Casey, the girl's named Alex. Perfect.
There you go. Yeah, Jordan is a.
Then she cheated on me.
Oh, that was rude. It was rude.
It's okay. I probably deserved it.
Oh, well, that was rude of you too, then. Fucker.
Hey, I have been introspective about that.
Doesn't
Actually,
change
it's
the
pretty-
past.
I was pretty introspective this morning in our little general
That's
chat.
good.
My other Discord.
That's wunderbar.
Oh, do you want to hear some of my girl math I had?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah, my friend Liz called me out. Said this sounds like girl math. Someone was talking. We're talking about clothes, because I'm like in a fashion person now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not really, but I said Ross, Target, and then like in parentheses said Love Goodfellow. That's like their house brand. and Kohl's sales items, and then in
Ooh,
parentheses,
all right. I'm back.
plus
My
Kohl's
bad.
cash plus rewards, and parenthesis equals my wardrobe. My wardrobe is updated. Wardrobe. Lovely, and sure, it cost a lot, but not as much as it could have. My savings analysis tells me so. Oh, that was all hyphenated.
Very good.
Yeah.
This is a very good job. Oh, Daniel's gone now.
No, mother. Daniel.
Your girl math scared him off.
Daniel. Daniel. Let me go to the nugget.
The
You ready?
nugget.
The nugget. You ready for this? All right, this is like basically uncovering why like I had a lot of self-hate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, my shame and feeling like a failure is directly rooted in unfulfilled expectations set by myself. No one ever asked me for me to be a perfect student, get straight A's, go to college and get a specific degree, get a job in that field right after, or this or that at all. It was always me saying I should be doing or should have been able to do those things. Right. And it goes on, right? Because a quote from my friend Heather is, uncommuted expectations are future resentments. She wrote that on a postie for me, a post-it note.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the one I have on my phone background, which is it a big problem or a little problem? Good one.
Okay.
Yeah. But the other one, uncommuted expectations are future resentments, right? So about those expectations that I was failing, right? So if those expectations are not only uncommunicated from those figures I'm looking up to for guidance and acceptance, my parents, right? The teachers I respected and loved going to their class and shit. But those expectations, they weren't even uncommunicated because they didn't exist. They were not their expectations, right? So if
Sure.
if I'm left with failing, if I'm left with feeling like I've failed them, and feeling ashamed of myself, for failing them, I'm obviously gonna be left with some kind of resentment, but it's towards me. It's all towards me. That's where the self-hate comes from. Boom.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, my therapist mostly agreed.
Well,
He mostly wanted to dive
sounds
into
like
the
you're
other
on a
things,
good
like my
journey,
dog,
personally.
like my dog passing away. He mostly wanted to touch on that, but.
Oh, sad. That's sad.
Oh, Arena's here.
What's up?
Hi, Jordan.
Hi. Oh, both of you now? Jesus.
It's Jordan. Yeah. He's actually older than Jordan Ball in England, so he is better.
No, I'm Jordan Ball. He has a different name.
I know. I'm saying you are.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. Jordan Ball. Yeah.
Wait, he doesn't have the same last name as me, does he?
Yes, he does.
But his first name is spelled differently.
No, it's the exact same. He just pronounces it differently. It's
I
Jordan.
don't believe that.
It's
There's
just
no way.
Jordan. For
I
real.
need proof of this.
All right. Let me go to my friend's Facebook. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
It's never happened to me before.
Dang it! It wasn't his name.
Ha! I knew it! I knew it.
Not that.
What'd she say?
Says I suck.
Yeah.
I
see
did
what you
suck.
tried to
Sucking no
do?
titties.
You see
Sucking
what
no
you tried to
titties.
do? You tried to take my identity away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
You're too powerful,
That's
Jordan.
hurtful.
You're too powerful, Jordan.
Fuck, is that funny?
Like Thanos.
It's a pen.
That's not a pen, dingus.
It isn't?
You
What
know
is it?
It is for Crocs.
Oh, what the fuck? Fuck Crocs. Get rid of that shit.
What's wrong with Crocs?
What's wrong with Crocs?
I don't know.
It's not-
I don't have
It's
any
not
attachment. to
necessarily
Crocs.
from. It's not necessarily from Freerun. It could just be a mimic. Mimics existed before Freerun. FYI.
You know what? You existed before free rent. After what?
I did.
Wow.
Ow.
She
She
got
slapped
you, bro.
me.
She got you.
She slapped me. I didn't consent to that. Just because I'm your husband does not mean you can just slap me.
I feel like it does. As long as it's
This is a PG stream,
a love
okay?
tap. It is not. It's just R. You just have to
I am
be
not
careful.
your Faja though. You can't call me that.
We're Austin Powersing right now?
Oh yeah, I always say Faja when I say father.
Oh, okay. Gold
There's just
member?
there's just some words that I just always say a different way because that's
Austin Powers Faja.
Faja. That's not even my favorite Austin Powers.
Irina.
She's gone.
Ah. I was gonna say she
Irina.
needs to follow me on Kick.
Arena, you need to follow him on Kick. She's not gonna want to make an account, bruh.
It takes 2 seconds.
That's so much work.
But I'm so sad.
How can you be sad with that beard?
What beards don't preclude an emotion.
Stop.
What?
He has a question. Arena, come here. What do you want to tell her?
You should follow me on Kick. Give me some support.
On what?
On this new amazing streaming platform brought to you by Beta.
Map?
No, it's a website. There's an app too, right?
Yeah.
There's an app too, if you like apps. What? You're gonna do it, right?
Do it on the website.
You just want me to use one of my fake emails? Cool.
No, don't do that.
Why?
That's like bot shit.
It's actually her though. She just
It's
doesn't
a
want to
fake
use her.
email.
She just doesn't want to use her email.
Oh.
She doesn't want your friggin' spam notifications.
Wow.
Saying
Thanks,
watch me.
guys. Way
Saying
to
watch
make me
me.
feel supported.
I mean, I'd rather just talk. Like, don't say watch me. Say come talk with me.
I do that.
That's why I'm here, bud.
Yeah,
me
but
come-
those numbers. Once I get to 75 followers, people can give me money. Did you know
I
that?
wanna- Oh, let's get to 75 followers then. Hey, who
That's
the
what
fuck
I'm
was
saying.
25? I'm so mad.
It was Shrimp World.
Oh well, that should have been me, but there was a bot out there who was a little butt mod.
Yep.
So Arena, you have to use your actual email so you're not considered a bot, okay? Okay. I'll figure it out. Are you winning, son? Let me see what you're doing. What is that?
Look at that!
It's a Signal Echo.
Look at that fucking building!
So why is your head the way it is?
Oh, because I changed it to be that way.
So you're essentially an alien or just like a skin?
Yeah, you can make yourself look all kinds of different ways. There's different skins that you can use. I'm a traveler.
A traveler? Isn't
Traveler.
wait, what are they called in Destiny?
Oh, I don't
Those
remember.
Those aren't travelers, right? Those are guardians, right?
It's been so long since I played Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, Bungie was cooler with Halo, so.
Yeah.
You know what I missed from Halo?
Cool Whip.
You know what I missed from Halo is did you ever play Griffball?
No.
In I think it was Halo 3, like one of the people made this custom map, right? And it was based off of the term like that was mentioned in Red versus Blue, and like they were talking about a sport and calling it Griffball.
See, I didn't
So-
really watch Red versus Blue.
But it's still like this friggin' custom game took off. Like it was, I don't
Mhm.
even understand how it did, but it was like you had what? I guess it was 4 players. How many players max was it per side? 5, 4. Anyway, you had 4 or 5 players per side, and you had like hammers and swords, and like the hammers were all like if people got close enough, you could one hit kill them, right?
Right. Yeah. The
And so
I remember those hammers.
yeah, so you're trying to like launch get your own team across over people to score. I honestly want to do a LAN party and let's see if I could freaking get that, like, figure out a way to get that.
LAN parties. Those were the days.
I mean, I want to do like a friggin' little like gay boy LAN party, like not even gay boy, like we're all just. Like,
That's a little discriminatory, isn't it?
no, I mean what I mean is like
You absolute
yeah.
bigot.
it's
You
literally
hate
just gonna
straight
be
people.
like just a bunch of dudes, not really. Actually, I know there will be at least like 2 NBs there, so you know.
Non-binaries.
Yeah. Sorry for the non-woke. NB equals non-binary because non.
They're gonna
Binary.
cancel you for being non-woke now.
It's a me. That's the funny thing. Like, there was this person in our community who like didn't like vibe with me and like my 2 golden retriever like attitude. I don't know. And they actually created a ticket, not knowing that I could see like tickets. I'm like a mini mod. They're like, he's so aggressive, and I'm like, all the new members are probably get a bad vibe from him, and he's in a position of authority.
I just found a new ship.
A new ship? Is it better than the one you had before?
Yeah, but it needs a lot of repairing.
That sucks. So
Well, that's kind of
is
how it goes when you find a crap
Can you like
ship.
tow it?
It's added to my collection. I think
Oh,
I can
okay.
like switch it out.
But you gotta like get all the shit to fix it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like, yeah, you're like, okay, I got the schematic.
no.
Cool.
Oh no. Hi.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Is that a bunch of bad?
Oh,
All those reds
yeah.
are bad, right?
Oh, this is very bad.
Oh no, don't do it. Don't die. Live. What are these things?
Can I call my starship here? Ow, 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 ow.
Oh no, what the frick? Dude, it's like, that is ridiculous. It's like a tank. Is it healing faster than you're killing it?
No, it's just got a lot of health and my shit is very, very unupgraded. Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
This is
Live. Was it a trap? Was it a tarp? Or is that just like happenstance?
Where's my multi-tool? Okay. Let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can. See if I can use this guy.
Oh, it's the new ship.
No, this is the old ship, but I want to see if I can use it to blow the shit out of these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can!
Go, motherfucker.
Sometimes,
Don't tell me that.
because I don't have, like, the best, upload speeds here. It'll be back on in like a second. Yep, there it goes.
Ka-chow.
Where is this guy? Is that it? Is there more?
So were you on Twitch before?
No. I just like this platform better.
You killed them both. Was there a third one, right?
There were 4. I think I got them all. I think I got them all. Let me collect their shit.
So far away. That's one of my like most played gifs.
Huh. Okay.
You know, gifs.
I don't know what that word is. Never heard of that before. There's like a little city right over there. Check that out.
A city.
Oh, that's somewhat else.
Why does everyone who freaking stream be on the West Coast? Bullshit. I remember, actually, I guess Hawaiian time's even further west, right? Like, how many hours?
I don't know.
Oh. Not our hours, bruh.
Yeah, man. Alright, let's see.
Yubari's hand. That's a cool name, Yubari's hand. Gonna fuck you up. Oh, doesn't look much like a fighter. So all that red shit that needs to be fixed,
Mm-hmm.
dang, or replaced, dang. No bueno. Have I asked if you've read The Name of the Wind?
Nope.
Have you?
Nope.
Or is the answer no?
Nope.
You read fiction, right?
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Sometimes.
Okay, you should give it a shot. Maybe it's pretty good. It just isn't gonna ever. It's just never gonna be completed. Don't just overlook that. You know, just forget I said that and just read the
I'll
first one.
try.
That's like the one caveat. Motherfucker won't write book 3.
Have you read the 3 Body Problem series?
Ooh, that's on my list. Problem is like I keep going like back and forth of like reading one book from the list and then reading a reread or something. So it makes it slow going. Especially in today's day and age where like, goodness gracious, just be happy I'm reading books.
Okay, I need to
Like,
pull up that
plural.
shit. Ooh, yay. this place?
In
It's
the
like
city.
a city.
So there's gonna be some aliens, huh?
There should be.
You're gonna say, yo, what up? My name's Bob. What's your name?
Yo.
Is your
Oh,
name
you gonna
Jordan
change?
World?
Yeah.
Well, what's up, dudes? You have a whole city here, all to yourself.
Yeah.
There's probably 50,000 of you here. Because it's a city. Cities have like 50,000.
Artifact chart. Sick.
Well, I'm assuming you're not gonna be here on Wednesday. Friday then? Or-
Yeah, I'll be here on Wednesday.
Oh wow, you do a Tianka stream?
Birthday stream, thank you.
It's your birthday?
Yeah,
On the 25th?
it always has been.
You're a Christmas baby?
I'm a fucking Jew, alright? I mean, Christmas shit.
Yeah, Christmas baby.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, you're on the date, like, even if you don't celebrate it.
It's true.
And for this year, it's the same. It's both, right?
It is. That's correct.
It's amazing. We got our friend Michal some gifts from Barnes and Noble. There's a pen.
That's nice. Yeah,
And,
I'm
and a stress thing. To she's a
stress
therapist.
thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Yo, I'm gonna be here only for a few minutes. I'm gonna go see Craven.
Oh, why?
Cause AMC stubs, baby.
Oh,
Free. It's basically free.
terrible movie.
Well, have you seen it?
I'm bouncing
No, I
anyway,
just heard.
Jordan.
I heard
so
it's
I'll
actually
let
not
you- I'll
as-
let you talk to Josh. Yeah,
You're
I am.
leaving
Bye.
me, you piece of shit?
Bye. It's late
Alright.
here, motherfucker.
I'll talk to you on Wednesday then.
Yeah, maybe for a little bit. Yep. Bye.
Alright. You better. It's my birthday.
Oh, hey, bro.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, I'm. I hear it's not that not as bad as people are saying.
Huh?
I hear it's gotta be better than Madam Web.
Did you see Venom?
Yeah,
What'd you think?
it wasn't great, but I still
It's okay.
didn't. I didn't regret seeing it, but it's one of the. The character is still good and fun, and it's acted well, but the story, I don't know. The fight, that whole last act was kind of bad.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like they don't know how to show fights with those characters. It was really weird. How's No Man's Sky? Should I play No Man's Sky?
I mean, are you watching me play it right now?
Not right now. I'm on Discord now.
Open up the stream and like.
I saw it briefly. I gotta go, so I can't really. I'm gonna have to. Well, I can talk to you on the way to the theater.
You
But
better be
I won't be
here on
watching anyway.
Wednesday.
It depends when on Wednesday.
It's gonna be the same
Happy
time
birthday,
as
though.
normal. Yeah, that's why you gotta be here. You gotta come over.
Yeah,
on
my birthday's like very close to yours.
Okay. Well, if you have a stream on your birthday, I'll watch it.
I'll do your stream. Okay. You know what? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna, oh, I'm almost done. Finally, I'm almost done with Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom.
Nice. Finally.
God damn it! I've been playing this forever.
Yeah. It only took you like a million
Yeah.
years.
I'm cleared up all the whole. I figured I finished the map basically, and I'm just finishing up the rest of the shrines, and then I'll go to the final battle.
Wow. Make sure you do everything you want. Find all of the
Yeah.
little things. You got the Master Sword, right?
Yep,
Good.
I got that a little earlier actually. I should have waited. But
I have a lot of shit I need to repair on this ship.
but No Man's Sky is a fun game, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a big commitment though.
Is it? Even if you're just chilling, just going around space.
Yeah.
I hear it's everything they promised now and more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's cool.
Very much more than everything they promised.
hmm I get a million email notifications every time you go up live on Kick. I have like fucking 8
you
notifications.
get a million because it disconnects.
Right. Yeah, I had fucking like 8 notifications on email.
And the fact that it disconnects all the time means you're gonna just keep getting those notifications. Kind of sucks. I don't know why. I mean, I guess my upload speeds aren't very good.
No.
Kind of sucks.
How are you doing though? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. I was feeling slightly under the weather. Probably hear it in my voice.
Yeah, I hear it a little bit.
So I finished that course I'm making, a film course.
Nice.
I'm gonna sell that.
Good job.
Thanks, bro. And yeah, supposed to meet with your dad at some point. We'll go do Jonas Boar. Finish that.
Daniel, who was at the table read, was in chat the other day talking about how much he loved Jonas Spar and the script and everything.
He read the script?
Yeah, he was at the table read. I hope so.
Oh, he was at the table read. I met him?
Yes, definitely.
What's his name again? Daniel?
Daniel Roger.
Oh. Was he reading? Or was he just at the...
Yeah, he was reading.
Who was he reading for again? Sorry,
I-
it's been a bit.
Yeah, I can't remember at all.
Yeah, no, I remember giving him a character. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
don't remember who he was.
Yeah, it's changed. I mean, now we're getting it under 120 pages. So anyway, that'll be something. We should just do a table read like on your stream of movies.
I mean, like, yeah, but what, you want everybody to sign an NDA as soon as I get in here?
No, I don't give a fuck. Just do some of my movies, and we'll do a table read. And I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But that's kind of a cool idea to do stream table reads.
Yeah, I mean, that could be something interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I could see that being fun.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Okay.